Welcome to Simple Things, Secret Histories, the channel where ordinary objects reveal the extraordinary stories hiding behind them. Today, we're talking about something so small, so familiar, that you probably haven't questioned it in years: pockets. Before we begin, reach into your pocket. Now imagine a world where that simple motion doesn't exist. For most of human history, people wore clothes with nowhere to store their belongings. No pockets for coins, no pockets for tools, no place to hide anything personal. And this wasn't because people lacked the skill or imagination to invent them. It was because pockets were not welcome. To understand why, you have to stop thinking of clothing as something made for comfort and start thinking of it as something made for control. For centuries, clothes were social signals before they were practical objects. Long robes, layered garments, and flowing tunics existed to communicate rank, profession, and obedience. At a glance, others could see who you were and where you belonged. Convenience didn't matter, visibility did. If someone needed to carry something, it was done openly. Coins went into small pouches tied to the belt. Tools hung in plain sight. Bags were external, visible, and deliberate. What you owned was meant to be seen. And that visibility served a purpose, because pockets do something quietly dangerous. They hide things. A pocket allows money to disappear. It allows objects to move unseen. It allows privacy. In tightly controlled societies, privacy was unsettling. Hidden wealth meant unmeasured power. Hidden objects meant unpredictable behavior. Authorities preferred a world where possessions were visible and movement was easy to monitor. And then there was fear. As towns grew into cities, theft became harder to control. Pickpocketing thrived wherever people could conceal objects on their bodies. Instead of redesigning clothing to manage crime, societies resisted pockets entirely. The logic was simple: if nothing could be hidden, nothing could be stolen unnoticed. This resistance became even more pronounced in women's clothing. For hundreds of years, women did not wear pockets sewn into their garments. Instead, they carried personal belongings in small cloth pouches tied around the waist, worn beneath layers of fabric and accessed through slits in the skirt. These were not pockets. They were removable. And that distinction mattered. A sewn-in pocket suggests permanence, ownership that moves with the body. A removable pouch suggests permission, something that can be taken away. Women's possessions were meant to remain temporary, supervised, and controlled. Fashion favored appearance over function, limiting movement, independence, and privacy. At this point in history, if you're finding these hidden details fascinating, consider subscribing to the channel. Simple things often hide the biggest stories, and we explore one in every video. Then, slowly, something changed. In the 17th and 18th centuries, tailoring improved. Clothing became more fitted. Men's coats and trousers began to include sewn-in pockets. At first, only certain people had them: merchants, professionals, military officers. Pockets followed power. To carry your own money, your own documents, your own tools, hidden and secure, was a form of independence. A pocket meant mobility. It meant trust. It meant control over your own life. Women, however, were largely left behind. As men's clothing gained pockets, women's fashion often lost them. Even when pockets were added, they were small, decorative, or impractical. The message was never spoken aloud, but it was clear. Pockets meant autonomy, and autonomy was dangerous. By the time pockets became common for everyone, society itself had transformed. Privacy became normal. Personal property was expected. Trust replaced surveillance. Carrying your life with you no longer made you suspicious, it made you modern. Today, pockets feel invisible, obvious, necessary, but they are not just a convenience. They are a quiet symbol of freedom, earned slowly, unevenly, and often resisted. So the next time you put your hands in your pockets, remember, this tiny feature was once forbidden. If you enjoyed this story and want more hidden histories of everyday things, subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. It helps more people discover these stories, and it helps me make more of them. Thanks for watching. Take care.